Okay, this is going to be probably the fastest debunk I've ever done of a Dr. Zack video. Dr. Zack put out a video. Let me look at these real quick here. Dr. Zack put out a video and he was talking about how the Lake Pontchartrain videos are all false because he says that um, the power lines are not in a straight line. So hold on a second here, and let me show you why this is false, and therefore the entire rest of his video is false. Zach, you're using the wrong power lines, dude. Hold on a second here. Here, you can look at his video. These are the power lines that he's using. The ones from the town here, all the way back. This is the stripe of the power lines that he's using. And no, these are not in a straight line. Okay, they bend around the bank here a little bit, and obviously that's not a straight line. But those aren't the power lines that were photographed. That's not even a considerable distance. Okay, it's really not. Just so you know, and I put a comment on your video, but you're probably not going to allow it to be shown because you probably still have me on block. This thing was released today. 5,000 people, almost 6,000 people have watched it. I have disliked it. Reason why is because you're using the wrong damn power lines, dude. These are the power lines you say that are being used. And no, they are not in a straight line, okay? This is from point to point, a line drawn on Google Earth, okay? Those ones are not in a straight line. It bows out and around the bank here, and then it finally comes back down and comes into here. Okay. Now, the reason why this is important to know. Now this is all kind of wacky looking there. Wait, I don't have 3D buildings on. Do I? Oh, I had 3D buildings on. Okay, my bad. You don't see this. You don't see that. All of these are all the same style of structure. Whereas, let me zoom out here and cut to the point here. And then here they meet up. Okay. Now the photos that were taken from this here. Well, it's I-10, and what do you call it? Which has a concrete wall, and if you pulled over into the emergency bank real quick, you could probably take these photos looking out the window of your car. Now, if I bring up Zach's video, he will actually show that here's a concrete wall looking out the window of a car, and the photos were taken rather hastily. Now, oops. Now damn, where's that damn spot? Okay. Now, what you're seeing here is you just saw somebody taking a picture out the side of their car, out the passenger side of the car. Here's the concrete wall right here. Now, what's important to notice here is this one is different than the rest of these. Now, there are cables going off to the left, and there are cables going off to the right, and then there are cables going forward. Okay, and the forward ones are the ones that are the point of contention here. Now, if you look on to here, that means this photo was taken, or this video was taken from right about here. Well, actually, no, more about here. Okay, it's a nice little pull-off bank on the side of this bridge here. Now, different than all the rest are the multi-connection towers here. Okay, they do not look like the rest of them, and there are cables going off to the left, cables going off to the right, and cables going down the strip, which is exactly what you see here. Off to the left, off to the right, and then down the strip. Okay, this strip is the point of contention here. This is the actual strip that was photographed. Okay, he says it was the strip going off to the right here, which is obviously not straight. What you also don't see in any of the photographs is any of this land which goes really close by. Okay, and that strip also ends right about here. So unless he was taking the water on some invisible concrete structure out here in the water, or if there was an invisible concrete structure, or no ability to see grass from I-55? Yeah, I-55. There's just too many things missing from that photo. This photo was taken right here at this bend, okay? And it's looking up this chain of power line things. And let's go ahead and walk them down, okay? And he said something about different shades of the water and stuff like that. That just means that a different satellite took the picture on a different swath or run of its orbit around the planet. Okay, these are not high altitude pictures from airplanes, you dumbass. Otherwise they would be single shots and not patched together in stripes. So let's just keep going. This is a straight line all the way to the other coast. There are no breaks in it. This is not a path. This is just a single straight line. I'm sorry, you probably can't see that very well. Let's get a little bit closer here. Okay, single straight line. Okay, you can see them right here. I don't know how well that's coming through on the Hangout, but I'm just going to keep going. I didn't feel like making a produced video out of this because this was just too simple. He was using the wrong line, and therefore every one of his hypotheses about what is or is not happening is incorrect. 100% incorrect. As a matter of fact, on the first video that Soundly put out, he actually traced this line on, I don't remember if it was Google Earth or Google Maps, but he traced this line, and it is a slightly northeast to slightly southwest direction line. Okay, it's not directly east to directly west. Okay, it's still going, still going. This is one single continuous line. Okay, one single continuous line. Let's keep going. Please note it has not varied, has not changed. Single continuous line, straight as an arrow, heading all the way across Lake Pontchartrain. Didn't even need music for this one because it was going to be boring like this. This is a straight line. Unbroken, unpieced together, and it's nailing every one of these things. Now I stopped over here at this coast. Now, as I recall, there's a very tall tower at the end of each one of these, or at the end of the shot, which I believe is this one. And if it's not this one, then it's that one. Okay, and that's where this goes. Okay, these are the only ones that might. Well, actually, let me check here. Properties. Even those are in straight line. Maybe offset to the left just a touch. Okay, so Dr. Zack, dumbass, coming up with conclusions of saying that it's going to the left or to the right. You are these are just so you guys know, I'm not BSing here. He says that they are using the line that I just showed you a minute ago, which is not a straight line of them. Okay, and then he goes into talking about globes. He's going east to west. Please note the orientation here. Okay, he's going east to west on the east to west coastal strip of power lines. You can even see it going by the town here. Dr. Zack, you're using the wrong damn thing, man. Okay, you really are. And the length of this line, which I now just extended to here, which was probably only about 200 or 300 feet maybe. Properties, excuse me, measurements is 15.8 miles, which to the rest of the world is 25.5 kilometers. Okay, which completely and totally corresponds with everything that was being said in the video. Photo was taken from here because you can't just have a line of things and then just kind of pick where it was that you think think what was being talked about without considering where the photograph was taken from. There are no concrete barriers along the side of this road. As a matter of fact, these bushes are probably high enough to have been seen were the photo taken from here to get this vantage point. And this would have all been unescapable landscape if it were taken from all the way back here. Dr. Zack, you're wrong, dude. Sorry. There's nothing, all the things that are associated with this line that you used, including this bank here, this little harbor type area here, etc., etc., etc. I think it actually ends there. Yeah, it bends back in towards the shore. None of that is in those photographs. You're using the wrong line. Give it up, dude. Sorry. I left these photos alone because it looked like everybody else was already doing it, so there was no sense in just going on with what everybody else was working on. But since Dr. Zack decided to make a fool out of himself in the easiest possible manner, this is the video. Make sure you swing by, give it a dislike, leave a comment for him, let him know he's on the wrong line. That's just all there is to it. Easy enough? It's late here. Y'all have a nice night.